Welcome to another episode of Me and the Boys Review. Today my boy is here, Gasper, also known as Dennis the Benis.
Hi.
We're listening to some gadget tunes and we were going to review this replay. I'm using the standard aggro deck with tigers and my opponent doesn't know what the hell is going to hit him. So I was so lazy to not even make my extra deck.
Do you even have like a way to summon stuff?
No, but you don't want to show them.
You just wanna bluff, yeah.
So this is one of the worst hands you can get in this deck, you know, too many monsters.
Yeah, but it's still fine, like you have such strong monsters that unless you're getting run over by, I don't know, chaos, you're not really worried. So one of the things we could discuss is what to summon first.
Yeah.
But with this hand, it's kind of obvious what you don't want to summon first, because you have 3 situational monsters, you have 2 like good standalone monsters, and then just choose the one that's
I guess
most versatile.
That's also what I wanted to do, because I didn't want to commit Mirror Force. I mean, if I used Blade Knight, you know, I would have to set Mirror Force.
Yeah, for protection.
So I don't care about Mirror Force right now, I just go. This is how Aggro should play. And now we know that this is not Mirror Force for future
reference, yeah. Also, obviously, attack with Warrior Lady first, because you have the option to banish.
Yeah, in case of Sangan or Serpent, yeah. So this dash should really define the game, as you will see. This information that I will get from this hand is so important. So I see Sakuretsu, Torrential and Scapegoats, of course, and Serpent is going back. So yeah, the next turn will actually be interesting, you know, because he will only decide to set 1 card. And now, you know, you can decide, is this Torrential, is Scapegoat, or is Sakuretsu?
I mean, you didn't really show any worry the previous turn, so maybe he's inclined to just set Torrential. Also, you didn't really show any, what's it called, like one who's yet, but he should be worried about just setting Scapegoats and not activating them first, because like this is obviously an aggro deck. You run DD Assailant and whatnot, so it's probably Sakuretsu though still, because it's the more conservative line, but maybe it's Torrential, like if he's really fearless. So it was Sakuretsu maybe. No, he just lets it through, okay.
Yeah, this is very weird, but I have to tell you that I watched this replay already with the hands open, and my opponent is kind of a new player and he did some straightforward misplays. So let's actually see what he said. So he said goats and he didn't use them right away.
So yeah, like the only reason why you wouldn't use them right away as Asura Priest, but your opponent plays maybe 1 Asura or 2, and there's almost always 3 Wanhus, so you shouldn't be that scared of Asuras and stuff, or viruses or whatever.
So this has to be Torrential now?
Yeah, probably is. But see, this is the thing about setting Torrential late. People usually just expect it at this point when they know about it, because the previous turn you did nothing, where you would have obviously Torrentialed if you had set it, and now he's at 1,300 life points, so you can just pressure through whatever he set alongside the Torrential. So unless that's Scapegoat, which it is, which makes no sense, you have a perfect read of what he's set.
So you see this Sangan, I think it's interesting, because if he Torrentials now, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then I just get another body to faster kill the tokens.
This is a pretty good bait, I would say, because like you really don't care about the board right now and the Sangan floats.
Yeah, and just another note as a bonus, if he pops my Sangan, I get Serpent, and then I have the Premature Abyss Serpent combo, which is, you know, deadly. So he doesn't use torrential here. Just sets another. I'm really curious what's happening. So he finally set the Sako, and of course the other cards are dead. But he should have set another scapegoat, probably. I mean, he really doesn't care about getting heavy now. He just trying to survive. You know?
Maybe he should even like set the spells, like 1 or 2, just to bluff. I don't know.
So
it's a weird situation. Okay, well this judgment plus MST seals the deal, more or less.
Yeah. So yeah, not much for him to do. So I know this is torrential, right? And that's why I decide to solemn it.
For sure.
So one brainless aggro game is in the basket. Let's see another one. These are actually the matches that got me to #1 ranked yesterday. So I didn't even know, you know, I was just playing some decks and I decided to try this deck that my friend gave me, and then I win, and then I see that I'm #1. So this is a very disgusting moment for God format community. That aggro deck became #1 ranked.
Well, I mean, they're not that bad. It's just, it's such a coin flip in terms of matchups, I feel like.
Yeah. So I think here, I will just explain what I did. It's, you know, high risk, high reward play. I went for, you know, attack with Tiger, and then set protection for it, which I plan to use in his following turn, and heavy storm. And yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, I mean, you can also talk about what.
So again, we know, assuming the opponent is competent, we know it's not scapegoat because he would have just used it.
But you know, he still didn't see any tigers in our game 1.
Well, okay, but like, I think the aggro lists that don't run Wanghu's are warriors plus like 5 different monsters alongside them. So against, what I'm trying to say is you're not that worried of warriors. I think that you would just not
you don't want to risk it. Yeah, I get it. Well, anyway, this turns out pretty well.
Breaker sucks.
Yeah, but I think, well, he has to attack. I mean, even though he knows it won't go through. And now, yeah, this basically does it. So the first card was scapegoat, yeah, he didn't activate it. And that's why he set Sako beside it now, and well, this is not worth watching anymore.
Well, yeah, there's no way he can even like protect himself because of exiled. And he doesn't have chaos set up in grave, so yeah, just nothing going on for him.
So he didn't side out noblemans. I told them to side them out, and then he did in the next match. But still, we are just looking at how the aggro decks just don't give a fuck, you know. Even if this was a bit more competent player, I don't think that the result would be different with those cards.
No, because the scapegoats, what did I have in hand in the end?
He had scapegoats and the top deck, which was Metamorphosis.
So I think by the time we got to this turn, we would have cleared, what, 3 out of 4 tokens?
Yeah, I mean, if he activated them preemptively, yeah.
So maybe he could have done something with restrict, but again, like it's so unlikely with all the other cards we had that we would have had an issue with it, that I think he just dies.
Oh, so don't look at the hand, and we go to the next game.
Okay, Abyss plus Serpent, this game is won.
Yeah, basically that's how things go. I mean, it's very hard to lose, especially with a good back row like this. But still, you just decide here, do you play around heavy or do you just set one of those and shoot? Because you still lose to breaker I mean, you don't lose to breaker if you set compulse, I guess.
I mean, but you can also just take breaker with dust shoot.
Of course, yeah, sure. So yeah, this is good. Like, yeah, this is good. Yeah, sure. This is what I did, but I don't think I mean, yeah, you take breaker out with shoot. That's the play then. So here, obviously, we take fate, and again, we you know,
do we actually?
yeah, because we don't have outs to.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Here. I mean, having hand, but I didn't set.
Didn't set it, yeah. I guess that's fine, yeah.
So you see, for example, in the previous two videos where we saw some dash shoots, and I said, well, here again a dash shoot that doesn't do anything, but you know, here this shoot is dictating that our tempo. Now we now know that there is no torrential and mirror force, and we can just go if we want to.
There are no level 4 fusions that deal with this, right?
No. So yeah, now you know this is ring.
Yeah, just keep the pressure up. No reason not to.
But here actually I didn't summon Blade Knight because I know he has Tsukuyomi.
And it does, yeah.
But now I went to attack because if I kill a set flip, it's a floater, and if it's Tsukuyomi, then of course it's +1.
It's fine, yeah.
But I got. So now I know.
Honestly, I don't know why he's protecting this Tsukuyomi so much. Like, if you set it in the first place, you kind of just give up on it because nothing's ever going to attack it and not kill it.
Yeah, but also let me show you the hand because I know what he's holding.
Oh, that's the reason. Okay.
So why didn't he tribute summon over it? That's the question, because I don't have an answer actually.
Well, if he's gonna tribute, he has to do it this turn, I think.
Yeah.
Because he summoned it last turn.
But he just didn't, so it's my turn already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's like completely whatever.
So this is one of the best monsters to kill a set Tsukuyomi with.
Yeah,
maybe.
of course. Feels really bad when you have to just set it for free.
I mean, yeah, this video should be titled Inside the Mind of Aggro Player, but we are discussing way too much than you actually think when you play. You just go and you feel bad about yourself later for winning. So now he gets some counterplay, you see.
Okay, I guess we take the partial.
Now we have the out to meta, so...
Oh yeah, we have like double outs. Okay, never mind then.
This deck is interesting because it doesn't run like super heavy arsenal against Thousand Eyes. We don't run books, but we do have the tigers, you know.
I mean, honestly, it's not necessary with like half your deck countering the card.
So I didn't
books,
know.
I think invest in a book just to kill restricts is pretty bad because you not only are you investing a card, you also need to invest in attack, and it can be just protected, and it's
for
like
example,
really bad.
If they have mirror force, then you're losing this game.
Yeah.
If, you know, if you book their tear, attack, mirror, that's over. So here we saw how to combo with the abyss again.
Like these kind of loops are just backbreaking. They can't deal with it. Because even if they ring the first time you summon Abyss Soldier, then you just get it back and you start a new loop, and then they need to out that loop, and then you initiate another one, and then it's like, okay, but what do I do?
One thing also worth pointing out is the synergy between Abyss Soldier bouncing stuff and of course dash shoots. Because you know, often they will have two in hand, draw for a third, and then you just bounce one of the cards and then it's dash shoot live.
This lineup of dash shoots and Shinjin-Hu's in sideboard also works really well because they don't want to set too many cards for like your back removal and Shinjin-Hu, but they do want to have less than 4 cards in hand at the start of turn. So they're kind of forced to be in between, like decide which one they want to play against. And here he just like, yeah, wastes a card. Like he knew we had that set, right?
Yeah.
interesting enough, he drew pots, I think, 3 out of the 4 games so far.
So we don't have ways to destroy flips now, and we have to go for heavy.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, I saw a player, Spank the Monkey, who is famous for playing Gearfrieds and Tigers. You know, he often does his against one back row. He summons Tiger, and then he goes heavy, which is good against Scapegoat, but very horrible against Ring. So he just does it. Doesn't care.
I mean, honestly, there's more Scapegoats than Rings, so
yeah, but
it probably maybe makes sense. I don't know. I'd have to like see how people sideboard on average.
So
okay,
I think
this kind of sucks. But
here I made a misplay of not using dash shoot immediately.
First, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, now I just get wiped.
So yeah, again, this is. I mean, we can still watch it, but it won't be much to comment it because we are already top decking, you know.
Honestly, I think even if you did dash shoot, you would have been in a really bad spot.
I could just take 500 per turn and let Lady slap a bit. Because, you know, Snatch would give me life points.
No, that's fine, but like he had discard plus spot plus other stuff.
Yeah, of course. So here it's looking like I maybe could I can maybe win, but after Charity,
yeah, it's kind of doomed.
So here this is my last hope, you know. But like it didn't show he had Mirror Force, and then I scoop.
Makes sense, yeah.
So this is the last game. Now, yeah, I clicked too fast. So what would you summon first here?
Honestly, I don't know. Like I don't value the Assailant all that much. It's just a beer in this matchup, more or less.
Yeah.
The Knight is really, really good when you have like one card in hand, which is almost always, and it kills flips really easily. So
yeah, that's why
I'll just save it.
I mean, if we summon anything else, then our Blade Knight won't be able to destroy flips. That's why it's a bit weird, you know. So if you summon Blade Knight, I know he won't set a flip. And then I can summon the Breaker and do some pressure, you know.
Sure, that's true though.
But he does. So yeah, like I
guess,
said,
yeah, with this deck you shouldn't be playing scared of flips too much.
That's very interesting. Why does he destroy my Breaker instead of Blade?
Yeah, that's completely stupid, but okay.
I mean, this is probably not the best match to review because, yeah, you know, our opponent is blundering all the time. But still, it's just showing that how aggro.
Wait, did he set?
Yeah, he was just protecting his life points, I think.
Okay, I mean, I guess.
And so yeah, basically this is over right now. So
yeah, there's nothing to do.
I mean, if you play goats even without blundering, some games just this happens and still you can't win. So here I just count. I have 2 Solemns, Compulsory, and Abyss in hand. If he kills these 3, he has to discard 2 cards.
Yeah.
And he has just 2 cards left, which I have 2 Solemns for. So I let him go to pop my field.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and then I just. So yeah. That's about it in the brains of aggro player. Not much is happening, I guess.
I mean, if you like aggro decks, but also like outplaying people more than just like with plays that you're used to, you can play something like Warriors, which have I think a bit more decision making to them. But
because the toolbox is bigger.
Yeah.
And,
but both decks kind of like act similar. People think they're not, but especially if you're playing the version with Abyss Soldiers, it's really close.
Yeah, I think you don't have any excuses to not play Abysses right now. I mean,
like even if it doesn't makes sense to you, why the fuck am I playing some random waters in my Earth deck? It's such a neat, like 2-card, 3-card combo that eventually you will get to them and it'll just take over the game. Because your deck is so like grindy, it restricts your opponent on what they can and can't do. And sometimes you just push them into a corner and then the Abyss is like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, but also think about this way. Some people just like playing one DD Assailant, you know?
Yeah.
And Abyss Soldier is better DD Assailant, who sometimes becomes a win condition on its own.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. Please comment in the videos what kind of videos do you want to see next, and of course we will make them. Goodbye.
See you.